in P6, you make sure that you have joined this Google Classroom. Now, in this Google Classroom, you go under classwork. So when you go under classwork, for example, on Monday, we have primary 6, we have mathematics on Monday. Okay.
Yes.
Now, what we are going to do, you go under mathematics. You will find the exams already on top here. Okay. You will find exam here, just like the way we have been doing this assignment. Now, let's say this is our examination. You are going to open, but let me open it as a child so that I can be able to show you properly. Let me stop like a teacher. Let me go as a child. Okay, so here. Why are you not opening? I want to log in as a child. Yes. Now, yes, Michael. Now here I'm logging in as a child. In this case, I am in these 3 classes. This child is studying 3 classes at a go. He's like Omara Tendo. Omara Tendo is almost going up to baby class, but at least he's stopping in P4. Okay, this child also is like Omara Tendo. He's studying in P4, he's studying in P5, studying in P6. Now I'm going to my class on Monday to do my examination. Now, then I go there, I open classwork. Here, you open classwork. The subject will be mathematics on that very day, and you will find it on top. This is the exercise we are going to do. Now you open like this, it will be in Google Form. Why are we setting work in Google Form? Google Form will not take long to give you the feedback. Immediately you finish submitting, your work will be marked and you can view your result. So you open your Google Form like this. Okay, so when you open, my learners, if you cannot view your marks, then make sure where they are asking you to type the email, you write the email which you have used to join the Google Classroom. If you don't write that email, then the results will not come out. Okay. Now here I'm going to write the email which I used in Google Classroom. I write Okello James Amos at gmail.com, like that. Then I will come under name. Please make sure this email is the one that you have used to join Google Classroom. There the teacher will find it easy to match your name with the email so that your results can be turned. Okay, then here you type your name, like may say my name is Okello James. So I type that name. So this name, even if you type the name, your real name is okay. Because sometimes the Google Classroom, you might have joined using your sister's name or your mom's name. That is why it is hard to send back let me see a certain message here, whether it's for, okay, it's for Michael. So let me go back to our admin, Michael. Okay. Michael, I hope you are the one raising up the hand. Yeah. I hope you are the one.
It's fine now. It's fine.
Okay.
Yes, it's fine.
Now, so learners, here you typed your name. Then now you come. Okay. But don't just close your eyes. Omara Tendo, Michelle, don't just close your eyes and you start ticking the thing. The question is, find the area of a semicircle whose radius is 14. Now you need to go back in your book and calculate you calculate maybe area is equals to a half pi r square. Then you work out, you come, you match the answer with what you have got. Of course, if you have got the correct answer here, you tick. I don't want to tick. Okay, if I tick, some of you, okay, let me take this one. Okay, then again, you come to number 2. Calculate
Excuse
the area.
Me, sir.
Yes, please.
So, some of the students are going to think that what you've ticked is the correct answer, and they are going to put it in their forms.
The answer I'm putting, okay, there are still 2 more options. Here, you must pick one of the answers. At least there are 2 more options. If these ones are wrong, what I'm putting, if they are wrong, at least you have two more answers. Okay. I want to direct you. Then here they are saying calculate the area of a semicircle whose diameter is 56. They have given diameter, but area we use pi r square. Meaning this one you have to change to radius. Then you go back to your book, you calculate, you match the answer. Let's say if answer is number 1, I take. Then you come here, if answer is number 2, I take. Now, having ticked all the answers, okay, meanwhile you have worked out in the book, don't just close your eyes and select. Like for me, I've been closing my eyes and selecting. You see what it means by closing eyes. Now, after submitting, you see what it comes here. My P6 learners, I want you to first see your marks before you leave the class. Okay, after submitting, learners, are you able to, Michelle, are you able to see?
Yes, I'm able, sir.
So you need to make sure you first see your marks after submitting. So I'm going to view. So I view like this. What did I get? Oh, I got what? I got 0. I'm not going to go down because there are correct answers already there. I don't want you to see those correct answers. So I've got 0. So you see, now the teacher, when you submit, the teacher will go, but even if now here, even if the teacher failed to find your name in the Google Classroom, at least you know what you have got. Are you getting?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
What if you want to retry the whole form again and submit?
It's okay. You can still retry. It will give you that option. You can still do correction, but already you have seen correct answers. Because after failing like this, there is a correct answer here. Do you see this word correct answer?
Yes.
The Google will give you the correct answer. So members, that is how we do. Make sure you view your marks, because sometimes the teacher may not get your names due to the email that you have written. That is my humble request. And then from there, you can go ahead and view your marks. You can even record your marks somewhere down, and then you wait to compare. Because this thing of email, we may you have seen, most of you, some of you have not received the marks from the teacher, but you know what you have done. Okay. Yeah, so basically that is how you are going to do in the examination. And I think most of the examination will be done like that. Both math, science, SST, and English. I've been talking to my co-teacher, Teacher Solomon. He's also trying to do the same. So that will be very easy for us, for the learners to view their marks after. You remember when we had the first program, most of the learners were complaining, teacher, you have not yet marked my work. So it was not an easy thing to mark all at once, but at least this one, it will be marked. Immediately you submit, it is marked, okay? Yeah, so let's have our opening prayer. I like the way people are quiet. Is there someone on call to lead us into the opening prayer? Yes, if you are on call, lead us into the opening prayer.
So can I?
Yes, you can.
Father, Lord in heaven, I thank you for this day. I thank you for enabling our parents to give us the Wi-Fi to use e-classes. I thank you for all the teachers that are in the e-classes. I thank you for everything you've given us. And I pray that you may enable us to understand whatever you're going to teach us today. In Jesus' name I've prayed.
Amen. Thank you from Michelle for that wonderful prayer. Okay, so learners, I'm going to be involving you as we move on with these lessons. Percy, I have seen your concern. I will be able to come to you. Don't worry. Mbabazi, I'll be able to come to you. Okay. I hope if your question is concerning Google Classroom, then we may have to do it at the end of the lesson. Okay. Yes, learners, welcome to Edify e-learning project. And I greet you all in the name of Jesus. Good afternoon to everyone who has managed to join us this afternoon. This project is sponsored by Edify Uganda and organized by Christian School Owners Association, implemented by ICT Teachers Association of Uganda. So we have been telling you about these three organizations that came up together to make sure that they conduct some e-learning such that our learners are not seated at home redundantly. So at least we are able to do something and we have covered something. We thank God for all this privilege and opportunity that we have got. So this is primary 6 mathematics presented by AKENYA TONNY. Our lesson today is going to be on finding area of a semicircle and a quadrant. We are going to look at finding area of a semicircle and quadrant. So I request you to make sure you pay attention beginning from the introduction that I'm going to bring, such that when we go to the examples, we are able to do. Now, my introduction is going to start like this. First of all, the date today is Thursday, 14th October 2021. Now, I would like to first of all ask the learners that what did we look at last time, so that it can lead us into these ones that we are going to learn today. Whatever we learned last time, it will be able to lead us into what we are going to learn today. So Elizabeth, what did we look at? Elizabeth? Yes, Elizabeth.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, what did we learn last time? I know why some of you tend to forget because of having very many classes, like Okello James Amos, having P4, P5, P6. So Okello James can remember what he has learned in P5 and forgetting what he has learned in P6. Okay, so but it's okay. Let's get another person. I think Elizabeth, you should be able to listen to Priska. Yes, Priska, what did we learn last time?
Last time we learned about finding area of a circle.
So last time we learned about finding, I want to write it here, finding area of a circle. Very good. Now, in this case, what is the formula to find the area of a circle? What is the formula? How do we find the area? Okay. How do we find the area? Esther Tendo, how do we find the area of a circle? Yes.
Area of a circle equals pi r2.
Oh,
squared.
Squared. Okay. The area, we say area. Okay. Don't mind about my handwriting, though the teacher say, can you write well? But of course, you know what I'm using. So area is equals to pi r pi r squared. I remember explaining to you what it means by area. So therefore, it is a complete figure. It is a complete figure, just like this. And then they asked you to find its area. To find its area, we use radius, and radius stops in the center here. So this is the radius. Okay, this is the radius. That is why we are using pi r squared. For example, if I asked you to find area of a circle whose, let me draw it, let me just draw it, find the area of a circle whose radius is given below. Let me give very simple radius for my girl here and boys. For my girls and boys, I'm giving very simple radius. Okay, this one here. Who can come on and explain to us this? Who can come on and explain to us this? Yes, I see somebody is already on call. Can you come on and explain? Yes, Michelle, can you explain that?
We are going to say area of a circle equals pi r squared.
Okay, we are going to say area is equals to pi r squared. We go ahead.
Since the radius is a multiple of 7, we are going to do 22 out of 7.
So pi will be 22 out of 7.
Times 7 times 7. Times 7 centimeters times 7 centimeters.
Times 7 centimeters times 7 centimeters. So why did you use 7 centimeter times 7 centimeter?
Because they have given us the radius as 7 centimeters.
Okay, why have you multiplied 7 times 7 2 times?
Because we have said area equals pi r squared, and r stands for radius, and the radius is 7 centimeters.
Okay, now here, let me also come in there. When we talk about r squared, first of all, r is radius, which radius is 7. So it is 7 squared. And 7 squared means 7 times 7. If 7 is raised to power 2, this is power 2, which we are calling it squared. That is why she has multiplied 7 times 7 because of the squared here. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. You can continue.
We are going to divide 7 by 7. We get 1.
Yes. Yes. And then
we divide 1 7 on the other hand by 7. We get 1. So it will remain as 22 times 7 centimeters times 1 centimeter.
You
Then
can go ahead.
We are going to multiply 22 times 7 centimeters.
Okay, I can do this side times my times. Okay, my times.
7 times 2 equals 14. We write 4 and regroup 1. 7 times 2 equals 14. We add the 1, which becomes 15.
14 plus 1 becomes 15.
So it will be 154.
So here is
154 centimeters times 1 centimeter.
54 centimeters. So you multiplied this and this, you got to this. And then now there is finally times 1 centimeter. That is okay.
Our answer is going to be 154 squared centimeters.
154 squared
centimeters.
Okay, very good. Yes, thank you. Now, so my friends who are here who are with me in this class, this is basically what we looked at last time. You have seen our friend Michelle has worked out very well. So now, today we are going to look at finding area of a semicircle and then a quadrant. So at least we are going to look at those two. Now, the main thing here is for you to understand the method, the formula that we use. Okay, what formula do we use? Now, let me write it here. Okay. Oh, you see, the thing is trying to still remind us on the perimeter. So here we are going to talk about area of a semi. That is what we are going to look at right now. Good. Now, I'm going to draw. A semicircle is a half of a circle, and then a quadrant is a quarter. Okay, is a quarter of a circle. Therefore, to find their area, we use a half. For a semicircle, we shall use a half pi r squared, and for a quadrant, we shall use, okay, for a quadrant, we shall use a quarter pi r squared because of it is a quarter of a circle. Then this one is a half. That is why we are using a half. And this formula remains, pi r square remains the formula to calculate the area of a circle. Now, because of being a half, that is why we are using a half pi r squared. This one, because of being a quarter, that is why we are using a quarter pi r squared. Now, when I talk about a quarter pi r squared, so when I talk about a quarter here, now, here what we have, when a semicircle is drawn, it is drawn from here up to here, and that gives us the diameter. So we need to be very careful. But the radius stop in the middle. This is the radius. Okay, from here up to here becomes the radius. And once they have given us the length from here up to here, we need to divide it by 2 so that we can get the radius. And then when it comes to this one, for a quadrant, this one is the radius, and also this one is the radius. Because if I draw for you, a circle like this, and I divide it into 4 equal parts. When I divide it into 4 equal parts, first into 2 equal parts become a semicircle. And then when I divide it into 4, I get their quadrant. Okay, so that means the length from here to here, it is the same as the length from the center to this side. Okay, which we are calling it radius. Okay, now for a quadrant, they give us radius straight away. But for a semicircle, sometimes they can give us radius or diameter. So once diameter is given, you must change that diameter into radius. Okay, you must change the diameter into radius, and then you can come and use the formula as area is equals to a half pi r squared. Now, what does this one mean? A half pi r squared. First of all, a half is representing a semicircle. So therefore, you say a half pi r squared times, so meaning there is multiplication there, times. Now, in this case, when radius is given as a multiple of 7, you will use 22 out of 7. Okay, times 22 out of 7. Times. Now, the radius which is given will be multiplied 2 times, because r squared means r times r. Okay, so that is how the formula will be. So that now you replace this r with the radius which is given, and then also this r with the radius. Why did I multiply it 2 times? Because r squared means r times r. Now coming back to a quadrant, here they have said a quarter. A quarter has come from the word quadrant. This is a quarter of a circle. So a quarter here is representing the quadrant times. Okay, now again also this one, we shall use pi as 22 out of 7 if the radius given is a multiple of 7. So you can use it as 22 out of 7 times. Our radius is raised to power 2. Any number that is raised to power 2, it means that number has been multiplied 2 times. Okay, r times r. Then here you replace the radius that is given. Okay, so learners, this is what we are going to use to find the area of any of these 2 figures, depending on what they have given us in the question. So let us go and look at maybe our first example. Okay, let's look at our first example. Okay, in our first example, it may be very simple. Okay, in our first example, it may be very simple. They are saying, find the area of a semicircle whose diameter is 14 centimeters. Find the area of a semicircle whose diameter is 14 centimeters. Now, if I look at this semicircle, they have used diameter as 14. Now, learners, the formula, we are not using diameter in the formula. And once we are finding area, we don't use diameter, we use radius. So there is need for us here to first change diameter into radius. You know that radius is a half of a diameter, because radius will stop here. So a half of this 14 becomes the radius. Okay, so how do I calculate? How do I change that 14 into yes, Priska, how do I change that 14 into radius? 14 is the diameter, so how do I change it into radius? Because I have to first change for me to find the area. Yes?
We divide it.
We divide it. Now, here, in this case, they can even ask you, by the way, learners, they can ask you that you change that the diameter of a circle is 14, change it into radius. So they can ask you to change the diameter into radius. So this is how you change. You say radius. Okay, now I'm looking for the radius first. So you say radius is equals to, remember I told you that it is a half. I can say a half of, it is a half of a diameter. Radius is a half of a diameter. That is what it means by radius. Okay, learners, allow me to explain this. Allow me to explain this. Radius is a half of a diameter. And here, the word of means multiplication. So meaning it will be a half times, let me use diameter as D. A half times D. Now, a half means 1 times D, it means it is diameter out of 2. That is why Priska said we are supposed to divide the given diameter by 2. That is where she has got it from. Now that means here I'm going to say my diameter is now 14. Okay, out of now 2. Okay. Now, when I divide this, I'm going to have 2 divided by 2, I get 1. 14 divided by 2, I will get 7. So meaning our radius in this case is, what is our radius? Our radius in this case is 7 centimeters. Now, if the radius is 7 centimeters, now let us go ahead now and we find the area, because they are asking for the area. So now I come here, now I said area. Now I'm looking for the area of a semicircle. Now the area of a semi is a half. Okay, a half here represents a semicircle. A half pi r squared. Pi r squared is the formula to get the area of a circle. But because it is a half, that's why we brought in a half here. Now we go ahead and now say a half times, in this case, since the radius that I have got is a multiple of 7, I will use here 22 out of 7 times my radius I've got is 7 centimeters, not 14, because 14 centimeters is the diameter. So I had to change that diameter into radius so that it can be used in the formula. Now, r squared means r times r. That means my r is 7. So it means 7 times 7 centimeter here. Now, if you look at this, we have 1 out of 2 times 22 out of 7 times 7 times 7. Now we have 2 denominators here. So 7 can be divided by one of these 7. So you can go ahead and divide it. You say 7 divided by 7 is 1. And then here also you say 7 divided by 7, also you get 1. Now finally, I still have 2 and 22. They can be divided. So you can say 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then 22 divided by 2 is 11. So what do I have now? I have 1 here times here 22. I've divided it by 2. I have got 11 times 7. Here I did not divide it by anything. It remains 7 times this 7 I divided by 7. It has remained 1 centimeter. Now, if I multiply 1 times 11, it is 11. 11 times 7. Maybe that one I can come and write it in the side work as 11 times 7. So 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 1 is also 7. So here 11 times 7 is 77. And 77 times 1, still it is 77. So my answer becomes 77 squared squared centimeter. Or you can write it as squared centimeter like this. So this is how we get area of a semicircle. Members, have you tried to follow me there? Yes, members, have you tried to follow me there?
Yes.
Okay, that is good. Let me see, I'm seeing some 10 people, 11 people in the chat. Let me see what they are saying. Okay, thank you. Members are saying, yes, teacher, we have followed you. So learners, have you understood example number 1? How we can get the area? Learners, have you understood? Asimwe, any question?
Yes. No. Yes, we have understood.
Okay. Okay, so can I go to number 2? Oh,
Yes.
there is Ellen. There is Ellen. Okay, let me try to involve these people who are saying they have not understood. Michelle, I don't know whether that is the typing error. I've seen also in your message, you are saying, teacher, I have not understood. Okay. We are going to do all. Somebody is saying, how about when the radius is 14? It's okay. Michelle, you have said in the chat, or you are not the one?
I'm the one.
Yes. Which area have you not understood? Which part exactly?
In the part of the quarter circle.
Oh, okay. When we reach there, I will be able to explain.
Okay.
But for a semicircle, you have understood.
Yes, that one I've understood.
Okay, it's okay. The other one, when we reach there, you will be able also to understand.
Okay.
Okay, Jude. Yes, Jude. Jude, please, can you come on? Before we go to the next one, Jude is the last person to speak. Yes, Jude.
Yeah, I had a question about when do you get this squared? When you have what if you have 7 plus 7?
When do we get the squared?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, there is what we call law of indices, or writing number in power form.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When I write, let me come back here and say our formula is like this. A half, can you look here?
Yes.
Our formula is a half pi r squared.
Yes.
Now you need to know the meaning of r squared. When a number is written that r squared, this square is called power. It is called what? That is power. Jude, are you with me?
R squared.
Jude, are you with me? Yes, Jude is there. Then this r is called, yes, this r is called the base. Now, what does it mean when I say r squared? It means that the base, which is r, is being multiplied 2 times. Okay?
Yes.
It means the base, which is r, is being multiplied 2 times. Now, in most cases, you can even first do like this. You can say it is a half times, because there is multiplication, times pi, okay, times r squared. That is what it means if I expand it. Now, you come back and say a half. Now you first replace pi. I'm going to use 22 out of what? 7. Okay?
Yes.
Times, then r is 7, but that 7, it is put to power 2. Are you seeing?
Yes.
Now, when 7 is put to power 2, it means 7 times 7. It does not mean 7 plus 7. Are you getting?
Yes. But which question involves the square root? There is where you reach it and then they need the square root.
Hey, you are referring to that one where you need the square root.
Yes.
Okay, maybe just to help because it is not related to what we are looking. But have you understood why I have put here 7 times 7?
Yes.
Now, a situation where they need a square root. Learners, allow me to just answer this, and then I take you to the next number. A situation where you need a square root is 1 if they asked you to find a square root. Are you getting?
Yes.
That is 1. Then 2, they can ask you like this. They can say solve, and then maybe they say x squared is equals to maybe 25. This is a situation where they need you to give a square root. Have you seen this?
Yes.
Now, because the value for x is not there, that is where you are going to say the square root of x squared. You're going to say the square root of x squared is equals to the square root of 25. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
Yeah, that is a situation where you bring in square root. When you are looking for the value of x, you bring in the square root. Have you understood that?
Yes.
Yeah, but in this case, we don't need a square root in this question because the value for r is given. Are you getting that?
Yes.
The value for r is given. So you replace where there is r, you put the value which is given. Radius is 7. So you come and put 7. Since it is raised to power 2, you multiply 7 times 7. Have you understood that?
Yes.
Can I now go to the next number?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, my friend, for that question. I hope let us go to number 2. So number 2 is going to address the question of someone asking for a quadrant. Okay.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, please.
Could I try to do number 2?
You want to do number 2?
Yes.
It's okay. You can go ahead and explain to the learners.
I'm going to first read the question. Find the area of a quadrant of radius 7 centimeters.
Yes.
So on the beginning, when you were beginning, you were saying that quadrant, if you want to find the area.
Go ahead.
So I said if you wanted to find the area, you first say that area equals a quarter times pi r squared.
You should know the reason why. You should know the first wait. You should know the reason why you are using a quarter.
Okay.
Why are you using a quarter? And the other one, why did you use a half? You get? So
yes.
in the first number, we use the half because the other one is a half of a circle. Are you getting? Yes. Now here we are using a quarter because this is a quarter of a circle. Are you getting?
Circle.
Yes. Then you can go ahead.
Then we shall say area equals a quarter times 22 out of 7 times 7 centimeters times 7 centimeters. I'm writing times 7 centimeters because 2 times because they were squared, and the radius which is given up is 7 centimeters. So we should multiply, we should write 2 of them. That's why I'm writing 2, 7. So
we should multiply them 2 times. Eh?
Yes. So we go ahead and then we say area equals a half time. No, we first cancel. We cancel 4 divided by 4 equals 1. 7.
Now, wait here. Here now, when you reach here,
yes.
Look for the number that can divide 7 completely without a remainder. Are you getting?
Yes.
For this case, you can divide 7 and one of the 7s.
Yes.
You first divide 7 and one of the 7s. 7 divided by 7
equals 1.
And then 7 divided by this 7
equals 1.
Now you come back here. There is 4 here. Now, if you look at 4 and 22, can they completely be divided without a remainder?
No.
Then which number can divide 4 and the same number can divide 22? The factor.
The factor.
Which factor can divide 4 and then the same number can divide 22?
The factor 2.
Very good, 2. 4 divided by 2, what do you remain here with?
Remain with 2.
Then here it is 22 divided by 2, what do you get here?
Get 11.
Good. Have you seen that?
Yes, I've seen that.
Then you continue now. Here you remain with 1 out of what?
2.
You remain with 1 out of 2. That is very important. Times.
Yes.
Here you have
11.
with 11.
11.
How about here? You remain with it?
7.
7.
Shall not write the other one because we cancelled. We divided it with another 7.
Otherwise, it has remained 1, isn't it?
Yes. So
now you continue. Tell us what to do now in this step.
Now in this step, now we can multiply.
Very good. Can you multiply that?
Yes. 1 times 11 equals 11. Then 11 times 7 equals 77. Then 77 divided, times 77 equals 77.
So this one is 11 times 7 divided by 2, isn't it?
Yes.
And you said you had already said 77 centimeters squared, eh?
Yes.
Divided by
2.
Yeah, that is your answer, but that answer should be reduced to its lowest term, isn't it?
Yes.
Because 2 cannot carry 77. So in this case, what do you do?
We divide.
You divide.
77 divided by 2 equals 38.
Equals 38.
Yes. 0.5.
Okay, you want to change it to decimal. Okay, you just say equals to 38 remainder 1. That is the first thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, the first answer you can have is 38 and 1 whole number out of what?
Out of 2.
Out of 2 centimeters.
Centimeters.
Then I add you again, changing it into a decimal, isn't it?
Yes.
Into a decimal, what do you get?
To a decimal, we get 38. We get 38.5 centimeters squared.
Good. Yeah, so thank you. You have explained it well, eh?
Yes.
So learners, this is how you can, but let me involve some of you. Somebody is saying, please, teacher, may I do the next number? Yes, you are going to do the next number. Okay, today you are going to, it's your day now to teach. But let me have some people who are having question. Let me have some people like Omar Tendo. Yes, Tendo, you have a question. Can you come on?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, what is your question all about?
My question is, what if they ask the area? My question is area of a semicircle whose radius is 14 centimeters.
Okay. Okay. One of the learners can help you to answer that. Can somebody answer that question? Is there anybody who is going to do that question? Okay, we are going to do that question, Omar Tendo. Let me have another question from Asimwe. We are going to add it into the trial question. Okay, Asimwe, please, can you come on and ask your question?
Sir,
Hmm.
on number one, I have seen that you have put the squared, like SQ.
Yes.
Is it okay? Just 2.
Like here. Here, like you have seen here, are you seeing this example that Martha was doing? Is it Martha
Yes.
that was doing? Are you meaning to put like this?
No. Yes, like that.
Yes, like this is also squared. Yes.
Without putting SQ.
Yes, yes, yes. It's okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So you can, this one, SQ means squared centimeters. Or in traditionally, we used to read it as centimeter squared. Centimeter squared, isn't it? So, but in the actual sense, it is supposed to be squared centimeters. Yes, so it is okay. You can put it like the way I put for Martha. I hope, Martha, you are the one who did this number. Okay, so learners, if you don't have any other question, we are going to add the other teacher, please. I want, okay, Faith, I think
Excuse
you
me,
will.
sir.
Yes, please.
I have a question.
You can go ahead.
What if on the quadrant they give you 2, like they give you 7 centimeters and then down they give you 14 centimeters?
Hey, okay. But that one cannot happen because are you getting me?
Yes.
From the distance from here up to here, it is the same as the distance from here up to here. So it can never be longer. One of them cannot be more than others because, and in most cases, they even say this side is equals to this side because they are all stopping in the center. Are you getting?
Yes.
Yeah, so that can be a big mistake. Okay. Unless this one is extended up to here. Unless it is extended up to here. Are you seeing?
So now,
So
sir.
when it is extended
Yes.
up to here, still you have to use 7 as your radius, okay? Because
Yes.
that means this is 7, this is also 7. But that again, the shape changes. Are you seeing? Yeah, so they will give
Yes.
you so this is radius. This one and the one down, they are the same. They can, one of them cannot be more than others. Okay, so let's go ahead to the next number. Let me ask this learner of mine to come and do the next number. The way she has written very many messages. Okay, Clever, can you come on and do the next number? Tendo, I want to see if the next number can answer your question, eh? Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, Clever, you come on. Okay, Clever, you come on. The next number is here. The figure below. Let me wrap this one for Martha.
Okay.
Let me first wrap this to give you the space. I want to give you a very clear blackboard, the whiteboard, so that you are able to do your working. But I will assist you in writing. Eh?
Yes, sure.
We are not going to share the screen. They said, can you read the question?
Find the area of the figure
Yes.
below.
Find the area of the figure below. Okay, you see that figure because I want to wrap the second question first. Eh?
Yes.
Have you studied the figure properly?
Yes.
What is that 28 representing?
The diameter.
The diameter. So what are you going to do first?
We are first going to find the radius.
So Omara Tendo, let me clever you wait. Let me involve Omara Tendo because what he has asked, we are like, oh, Omara Tendo is on. Tendo, are you seeing this question number 1?
Yes, teacher.
When we divide that 28, we are likely to find the radius that you have asked. Are you getting?
Yes.
Okay, so let us go ahead and start doing. Clever, you can go ahead and start doing. We are going to use both this space and maybe the space down in case this one is not enough. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, teacher. Radius is equal to diameter out of 2.
Allow me to use D out of 2. Am I allowed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Which is equal to, radius is equal to 28 centimeters divided by 2. By 2, 1. 28 divided by 2 equals 14.
So what is the radius?
14 centimeters.
Now you first allow me to talk to Omara Tendo. Omara Tendo, are you on? Tendo, are you on? Tendo, Omara? Now,
Yes.
Omara Tendo asked
Yes,
that
teacher.
how about if they have given us radius? Now you have seen our radius now has become what? Has become 14, isn't it? Okay, now Clever, you can go ahead and work out the area now.
14 centimeters.
Area is equal to a half
Yes, teacher.
pi radius squared.
Area, let me write. You know, I'm slow in writing. Eh?
Yes. A half pi radius squared.
Pi r, you can just call it to make it simple, pi r squared. Then you go ahead. Yes.
Area is equal to a half we use the pi, we make it 22 out of 7.
We are using 22 out of 7. Why are you using 22 out of 7?
A half times 22 out of 7. 20 times 14 centimeters times 14 centimeters.
Times 14 centimeters. Okay. Go ahead.
7 divided by 14. 14 divided by 7.
1. And then let me divide this last one. Eh?
Yes. 14 divided by 7 equals 2.
2. Very good.
2. That 2, you cancel it with that 2.
2 divided by 2 is 1. Then 2 divided by 2 is 1. Are you seeing that, members?
Yes.
Yes.
We continue. Omara Tendo, are you seeing now?
Yes, teacher.
Which is equal to 22 1. 22 times 14 centimeters.
22 times 14.
14
Now let me multiply this. Let me multiply this centimeter times this centimeter so that we get centimeter squared here. Isn't it?
Yes.
Good.
22 times 14 equals 308 square centimeters.
Let us go to the side work and help them. Okay. You multiply like this so that we see how you have got your 300. Is it 300 what? 308, eh?
Yes.
Can you multiply from here?
2 times 4 equals 8.
Okay.
2
Yes,
times 4 equals 8.
that is good. And then here,
1 times 2 equals 2.
and then this one,
1 times 2 equals 2.
then finally, what do you do? Yes. Clever.
You add. You add 8 plus 0 equals 0. 8. 8 plus 2 equals 10. You carry 1 to the place value of hundreds. 2 plus 1 equals 3.
So what is the area?
Area is equal to 308 square centimeters.
Area is equals to 308. Let me write it like this, squared centimeter. At least I've tried to utilize the space. Eh? Now let me talk to Omar Atendo. Omar Atendo, have you seen when they have given you radius as the 14 centimeters? Omar Atendo?
Yes, teacher.
You have seen
Yes.
what you can get.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, I know most of us we fear big numbers. I can even give you the radius to be 56 centimeter. Okay, you are supposed to be. The only thing is to understand the concept, the idea. Then now here you come to play with the figures, division, multiplication, you play with them. Just like our friend here has been playing with these figures. She started by changing the diameter to radius, she got 14. Now she didn't fear that 14 is too big, will I manage to multiply and divide? So she came here and said 1/2 times pi r squared. Because of a semicircle, this 1/2 is representing a semi. Then pi r square is representing a circle. Then from there she simplified it, divided 7 divided by 7, and then 14 divided by 7, she got 2. Now there was 2 here. Instead of dividing 2 by 22 by 2, she decided to divide it by 2 here. It was very clear. So that 22 remains 22 times 14 centimeter square. How did she get centimeter square? There is a centimeter here and centimeter here. So centimeter times centimeter becomes centimeter squared. So now 22 times 14 centimeter squared, she got 308 centimeter squared. Okay, so that is how you are supposed to work out. Okay, let me go to, is it Ian? Ian. Yes, Ian, can you ask the question before we go to number 2? Otherwise, our time has gone. But I wanted at least someone also to explain number 2.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, please.
Excuse me.
You are excused. Oh, your network. I don't know whether others are also experiencing that. What are you saying?
I think the network is poor.
Come back.
Out of 7.
Maybe it's network. Ian, your
You
network,
can use the chat.
But yeah, you can use the chat, but I think he's asking something about maybe why didn't we divide 22 by 2? Okay, Ian, I think if I'm to guess whatever you are asking, I don't know whether it is true. Let me come here and write this. We have 1/2 times, this is what Clever said, a half times 22 out of 7 times the radius is 14 squared. So 14 squared is 14. Let me just say 14 times 14. Of course, you are supposed to substitute it with it. Now, this 2, you can divide this 2 by any number which is in the numerator. But once you have already, once I divide 2 by 14, that means this 2 becomes 1. And then 14 divided by 2 becomes 7. So meaning already 2 has disappeared from here. I've now remained with 1 out of 1. Then now 7 divided by 7 is 1. And then this 7 divided by 7 is also 1. So you can decide to divide these 2 by any number, so long as it is possible without a remainder. I don't know whether that is what our friend is asking. Otherwise, our time has gone. Can I allow you now to try this number in the Google Classroom, or do we need to try it? Do you mean Michael? Do I need to give an opportunity, but time has gone?
No problem,
Because
being that this is our last lesson. You can give them a chance and then you try out that as we are closing.
Okay, so learners, can I get one person also to try this number? There is a, okay. Okay, let me ask one learner here to try the number. Yes, is it Cynthia? Can you come on and try? Yes, you read the question. Read the question. Cynthia? Okay. Cynthia is quiet. I may give you opportunity to another person. Let me give the opportunity to Juvenile. Yes, Juvenile, can you come on and try?
Yes.
Yes, Travis, you should be able to confirm whether the answer is correct, Travis, when Juvenile is doing. Okay, can you begin? Read the question and explain.
Find the area of a quadrant whose radius is 14 meters.
Let me try to draw for you that quadrant. Okay, I've drawn for you the quadrant here. And they are saying the radius is 14
meters.
So how are you going to get it?
Area equals a quarter. Equals a quarter times a half times pi r squared.
Again, you are bringing a half. Why are you bringing a half?
A quarter times pi r squared.
A quarter times pi r squared. Now, this a quarter is representing the quadrant, isn't it?
Yes.
Then pi r squared is the formula to get the area of a circle. Then continue.
Area equals, now we substitute. A quarter times 22 over 7 times 14 meters times 14 meters. Now we cancel. 7 divided by 14 by 7, 1 by 7, 2. Then we divide 4 by 2.
4 divided by 2, what do you get?
2.
4 divided by 2.
You get 2.
And then 2 divided by 2, you get?
1.
What have you remained with?
1 times 22
You have remained with 1 times 22
times 14 meters.
times 14 meters. Time also 1 meters, isn't it?
Yes.
And also out of 2, there is 2 still remaining in the denominator. Do you realize that?
Yeah.
So can that 2 be divided by any of these? Can 2 divide any of this?
Yes.
You divide it. Which one are you going to divide by 2?
22.
2 divided by 2, you get?
1.
Then 22 divided by 2, you get?
11.
11. You see? So 1 times 11, what do you get?
11.
11. Then 11 times, okay, 14 times 1, we shall get 14 meters square, isn't it?
Yes.
Can you now multiply 11 times 14 so that we can get our answer here? I don't know which side work I go to. Can I? Okay, let me write here and then we wrap.
Yes.
11 times 14. What do we get here? Okay, you can begin.
4 times 1, we get 4. And 4 times 1 again, we get 4. Then it is 1 times 1 going to 1. And then 1 times 1 again, getting 1 again. Then we add. Then it's 4 plus 0 equaling to 4. 4 plus 1 equaling to 5. Then 1 plus 0 equaling to 1.
So what is the area?
Area equals 154 centimeters squared. Meters squared.
We are using meters, okay? Meters squared, okay. Yeah, so let me just get confirmation from Travis wanted to do whether Juvenal, you can remain on. Let me, yes, Travis, is the answer correct, Travis?
Yes,
Travis,
teacher.
is the answer correct?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. So let's give these people who participated today a very big hand clap. Can we give them? Okay. Yes. Okay. So, my dear learners, I want you to listen to me as I conclude. Thank you so much for participating. Most of the work is done by you. You can see all this. So I think starting from number 2, you are the one who has been doing number 2. Then we came to these trial numbers. You are the one doing. So most of this work is done by you. So I really thank you so much for your work that you have done. Now, members, just as I conclude, I'm going to display for you the Google Classroom code, because it is where we are going to administer our exams. The assessment will be put in the Google Classroom. I remember I've shown you how you are going to answer those questions, but we shall be there also to guide you. Then another thing is, if admin Michael can put the WhatsApp link for other people who have not yet joined to join. Admin, if you can put WhatsApp link, there is a child who is asking for the link. And also, the lessons are going to continue on YouTube. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Most of you have subscribed, but also keep on watching those lessons. From here, I'm going to start recording lessons and put on that YouTube channel, which our admin is going to post for you the link. Okay. So on Monday, get ready for the exams. I've set for you very simple exams, which you are going to calculate and then come and tap on the correct answer. Calculate, you tap on the correct answer. Yes, so the link for WhatsApp is already put there. And also the YouTube link is going to send for you. Make sure you subscribe so that you are able to follow these lessons. Okay, so next week is examination. After next week, we shall have corrections. Now, after those corrections, we shall tell you what to do. Okay, because some of these programs are going to go back to schools. Okay, for those of you who are studying in the school where I am, you can come and join me and we continue with the lessons. Okay, because already I think one of you is there, Travis, and the rest. The lesson is also ongoing in your school. So after this program, you will go back to your respective schools, or you can join even any other school that is conducting online lesson. Meanwhile, you can keep following lesson on YouTube. So that is basically what we are going to do. Okay, towards the end of this program, we shall let you know where you can find appropriate online lessons. So otherwise, thank you so much. The WhatsApp link is there. The YouTube channel is there. So make sure you subscribe there. And then let me finally have even the Google Classroom link is there. Thank you so much, Admin Michael, for that. Members, subscribe to the YouTube, join WhatsApp group, and then also the Google Classroom link is sent there. Okay, let me have Elana to lead us into the closing prayer. Let me have Elana. Can you really send me a message in the chat if you want to lead us? You can send me a message in the chat that you want to pray for us. Okay, who is leading us into this closing prayer? I don't see your message coming. Now, try. Yes, Isaac, you got it. Okay, Isaac was the first to give the message. Let me give him. Semakula, can you lead us into the closing prayer? Isaac? Semakula, Isaac?
Let us pray. King of glory, we come before you, Father. Thanking you, Father, for the gift of life and also for Edify, Father, that has enabled us and ICT Teachers Association, Father. And also thank you, Father, for our parents who have put that, Father, and that has enabled us to study, King of glory. We thank you, Father. I pray that whatever our teachers have taught us, that we shall put it in practice, Lord Father, and we shall continue to praise you, Lord Father, and worship you, King of glory. I pray, Lord Father, that you will keep us even in everything we do. I pray that we shall put you first, and we shall have favor in everything we do, King of glory. I pray that you send the Holy Spirit to protect us and reign in our lives wherever we go. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. So my friend Lanas, you can say goodbye to your friends.
Bye.